Okay, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Are you ready? It's time!
Welcome back to another Thursday night. Tonight is Thursday, May 30th, 2024. We are back at it again. We are going to get into some martial arts API testing, into some karate framework. If you do not know who I am your host of the show and of the channel. I am Tech Coach Ralph, where, above all else, we are engineered to win. So, today we're going to continue what we started about 2 weeks ago when we were working on through the karate framework for API testing with Java. We're going to continue with that, getting more familiar, pretty much doing the same thing that we did the prior weeks, automating the JSON server and the HTTP bin to get more familiarity with it and go from there. But before we go any further, let me say hi to my friends in the chat. We have Yakar in the building. Shout out to you, Yakar. One of the best people that I know. And we have Trap and Slay in the building, who is putting in that work every single day and is going to become a Python expert by the end of the summer. Yep, and I will make sure of it. All right? So, welcome friends, welcome family. Happy to have you here as always.
We the best.
All right, and Yakar said, Trick loves the kids, but I also reminded him, the mama's the problem, though. Yep. And Trap says, I feel like I should stand up and place my right hand over my heart. Hey, whatever we can get to get the party started, right? You know, we do what we do. And Yakar, I'm looking out for those custom tunes. It's on the calendar. All right. And Trap says, I'm over here coding now, learning inputs and outputs and strings, number of letters, len equals Samonique, print number of letters. Okay, you see, look at that. You see, already, we are putting in that work. I love it. I remember when I first started writing code and trying to figure out strings and stuff like that. Hey, I told you guys on this channel, we put in that work, we grow, we excel. We are out here to win. So shout out to you, Trap. Love it.
Let's get it.
All right. So it says boot camp. Tech Coach Ralph will put you through it, Trap. Hey, you know how we do. This one code is tearing me up, though. Just keep at it. I remember when I first started writing code. I don't know if I told you guys the story. When I created my first website, and I thought it was amazing. I was like, your card created in Microsoft front page back in like 2003. And everybody was lying to me, like, oh yeah, it looks good. Showed it to my dad. He was like, what the hell? He's like, this is terrible. I was like, what? He said terrible. I was like, Okay, all right, I got you. And I just walked away, and then I got better, and now I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. All right. Anyways, let's get into our agenda for today so that we can move it along. I don't want to be here all night with you. We already got like a quarter of the way through with this karate. It took us some time to figure it out, but we don't miss, and we did it. All right. So let's get to our agenda, and then we shall get to work. So first and foremost, I always love to do this. I want to say thank you so much to all of the new subscribers, the previous subscribers, the tech barbarians, the tech prodigy, the tech mercenaries, the technical explorers, the bag chasers, all of you guys who show me so much love. I really, really appreciate you all.
I appreciate you.
And I have to clap it up for you. I have to clap it up for you guys because so many different ideas come from you guys. So like the suggestions that Trap and Slay gave me for the mobile app, that we're going to see what's the best way to incorporate it to make it more intuitive and user friendly. The suggestions that I get from your car, the love that I get from Miss Jennifer, like just and then you guys know, like once Mitch gets here, then the party gets started. So we're waiting for Mitch's arrival, but let's get to it. All right. So just want to say thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I really love the value that I can share with you in this tech space, and the ideas and the thoughts, and how to just continue to push forward and accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. Like for me, I don't know everything, but I know a little bit about tech, and whatever I do know, I am happy to share it with you all. All right. So let's get into our live show schedule real quick. So we have our morning shows on Mondays and Wednesdays. That is called Coffee and Kata, where we will review some news stories, and then we'll get to work. We've been working on our mobile app as of late, but Monday we went for almost 2 hours. And your Carl will tell you, he was just laughing the whole way through as I was struggling to react, but we still got it. And that trust and that faith that your car had in that I would figure it out, that means the world to me. But we got it, and now we're on Wednesday. We're able to push the app to the next step. It's in review now by Google. Monday, we're going to be start tackling the iOS portion of it, and we're just going to keep going, and then after we get that done and it gets to approval, then we're going to go starting with our phase 2 to implement the suggestions, write our stories together. Probably we'll do that in our, as some examples for agile training, how we'd write stories in an agile environment and put it on the Kanban board, all that good stuff. So for those who are not part of our agile training, you're going to want to tune into that. And, that is a private meeting that the links will be provided in secret to these certain locations. So we're just going to continue running it up, right? We're going to run it up. So that's our morning shows. Mondays, we start around 7:45, 8 o'clock. Wednesdays, we start around 7:15 a.m. Eastern time. Sunday afternoons, we have our software explorations. We're working our way through Terraform. This coming Sunday, I'm probably going to do a slight pivot to work on some Terraform AWS Secrets Manager to implement the secrets for our database into our our Elastic's Beanstalk infrastructure implementation. So I'll probably go with that, and then maybe the following week we'll come back to work on our Elastic Container Service stuff. So that's going to be on Sundays, our Terraform software explorations. Tuesday nights, a very fun night. We do our Q&A shows. So if you have questions for me, if you want to call in, I make the link available to you. If you and I also find some questions. So whatever questions that you have in the tech space or career space, I do my best to answer for you. And if I don't have the answer, I promise you I will find it for you. And we get some awesome suggestions as well, because I think it was in a Q&A show where the Wealth Building Journey asked about Zero Trust Architecture. It was on one of the shows, and I'm like, I have to learn more. And then yesterday we did a full amazing presentation on Zero Trust Architecture with a very, very fun example at the end. So if you didn't see it, I really recommend you check that out. So that is our Tuesday nights, and then our Thursday nights, software explorations. We focus a little bit more on quality assurance, automation testing, things like that. But it can change, but it's more geared to QA, my home base, and we go from there, right? And then Saturday mornings, our newest show, which is honestly co-hosted from the chat by Yakar and Mitch, providing me so much game and so much insight. We have what's the name of the show? It's called Men Lie, Women Lie, but Numbers Manipulate. You know how we do. And we have so much fun on that show. Who would have thought reading these boring economic numbers could be so much fun? And then what I started doing as well, I started like breaking down the big words that they're using to try to confuse us and make us not interested I'll go to ChatGPT. I say, can you explain this to me on like a 5th grade level? And then ChatGPT says, yeah, surely I can do that. And then it's like boom, 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 boom. And now I start plugging in I start replacing those big words with the definitions of those big words in a 5th grade level. And like, oh, okay, that makes so much more sense. We did that last Saturday for the job numbers to find out what that really meant. And that helped me tremendously. So if you are ever interested in understanding what these economic numbers mean, I would highly, highly recommend that you join us on that show and have a lot of fun with us. All right. So that is a rundown of our live shows for this weekend. We don't miss. We do this every single week, unless I am completely away from the internet with a bad internet connection. Then, we might take a week off from our live shows, but our pre-recorded shows don't stop. Mentioning pre-recorded shows, let's get into that. So Mondays, we have Candid Conversations. And, we just real talk, you and I. This past Monday, I released my top 5 strategies that I would do to get into tech in 2024. Now, some people might not like these strategies because they're hard work. But if you want to be effective and efficient and get to it, then you definitely want to tune into that. Wednesdays, we have software explorations, concept and overviews. We broke down zero trust architecture yesterday. It was a very, very fun presentation. I learned so much about it. Like I understood the concept, but never trust, always verify. There's no trust but verify. No. Never trust, always verify. All right. So that is what we're working on. And then Fridays we have the bug bite. Tomorrow I am going to be releasing a episode about how Roku is forcing their users to enable 2-factor authentication because, of course, of a security breach caused by, I believe it was credential stuffing. And Trap, talking about cybersecurity, you definitely want to check out those Friday episodes of the Bug Bite because there's a lot of security breaches, vulnerabilities, stuff like that. How companies were delayed in applying updates and patches, which caused them to get hacked, and now thousands and thousands of customer data got leaked. And and I did one on AT&T from a while ago, but it looks like we might have another AT&T one that I have to look into. So great stuff throughout the week, something for everyone. Like the only day we don't go live is Fridays, and Friday for me is pretty much a planning day, a working day, so that we can get ready. We can hit the whole entire week strong. So that is what we do here. Hopefully you find something to plug into. All right. So now let me check the chat real quick, and then we'll get into I'll check the chat, and then we'll get into our icebreaker for tonight before we actually get to work. All right. So we have. So your car says to Trap, make sure you're closing your parentheses. That is true. Now I have to go back and check it. Let's see. Let's do a live chat code review. Let's see. That length, number of letters, length. Looks like it's closed. It looks like it's closed. But remember, Python is also very line sensitive. So make sure you're changing lines. But yeah, it looks good. All right. And we have Miss Jennifer in the building. Welcome. Howdy, Tech Coach Ralph in chat. Howdy to you as well. So happy, so appreciative to have you here. And thank you, Yakar. I really appreciate it. Yakar says you did a great job in React. I'm gonna have to get a little bit more into React again. JavaScript has never been one of my favorites, but I've been using it a lot more lately. And after having to apply it practically this past Monday, it makes a lot more sense. So I'm gonna have to study it because I always got hung up on the states, the set state and stuff like that. But I'm gonna revisit that, and I just need a project. I need a good project to be able to use it in. Maybe if I get a good UI for the site, then I can work on implementing it and getting some ideas for it. So it's something to think about. Anyhow, it says, let's keep going, let's keep going, let's keep going. All right. And your car says, awesome presentation on zero trust architecture. That was very, very fun. I really, really enjoyed it. Shout out to the Wealth Building Journey for asking that question. And your car also says, I literally just got out of an Uber and the driver was on the phone with customer service trying to update his account on Roku. It's really bad. AT&T has been getting hacked all year. It's a literal pattern to it. Exactly. Okay, gotcha. Makes sense. All right. They're like, yeah, that one looks good, but yeah, perfect. All right. So let's get started with our icebreaker for tonight. And that's going to be, let me see. Where is it? Boom. There we go. Feedback is key. So what do I mean by feedback is key? So all right, so let's start like this, right? In Agile, we have the short feedback loops where you put out some work, you ask the stakeholders for feedback, and then you go from there. So now let's expand that a little bit. So I was reading something where you know how people write these they make these posts, right? So this person said, let's read it, all right? Let's take it to another time. It says, "Dear job applicant, we regret to inform you that we have selected another more suitable candidate for the role. Thank you for your time and we will keep your profile in our database. Sincerely, the employer." And now the person who wrote this says, such feedback does not, I repeat, does not help. Job seekers need details about the reason for the rejection. They do not need this information out of curiosity, but to improve their job search strategies and interview performance. Well, now let's get to what do I think about that? So, number one, the very first thing, which is probably number one and the only thing, right? But nobody owes you anything. And so you could just get ghosted altogether, right? You could just get ghosted altogether, but even if it's automated or something, it's probably automated, who knows? But let's say it says, all right, for everyone who gets rejected, send this email out saying that they got rejected, right? And Farrah sent me a message today, a picture of a job posting on LinkedIn for an intern position. There was almost 10,000 people, like 9,250 people who applied for this one cybersecurity internship position. And now it's like, well, if they can only take like one or two of these internship positions, are you going to send an email to all 9,000 whatever applicants saying that, yeah, we didn't we're not moving forward with you? Or like, let's say you interviewed like 20 of them, you have to tell each 20 a person why? Like, what if the answer is just the other person interviewed better than you? So that's that, right? But here's the thing with this. And your car says it, right? That is not a company's job to do that. That is exactly true. So feedback is key, but from whom? Now, if the company and because here's the thing you have to understand. There's so many different people who are involved in the hiring process. So that if you're dealing with a recruiter and let's say the hiring manager was cool with you getting to the next step, and then now you had to do a technical interview or something like that, and that didn't go well, and they say, okay, we're not moving forward with you. Or let's say somebody else just did better than you, and they say, oh, we're not moving forward with you. Like, okay, cool. At least you know, and now you can move on with your life, right? But to say that, it's to help the person who's looking for a job with their job search strategies and interview performance, like your car says, that is not the company's job. No, it's not. So if you really wanted to know what you could do better and stuff like that, then you should get somebody to practice mock interviews, practice answering questions, just practice different things so that you can get comfortable speaking. But at the end of the day, there can still be somebody who outperformed you. or who were more closer aligned with what the company was looking for. So there might not be. It says we regret to inform you that we selected a more. You see, and this is the thing. We regret to inform you that we selected another more suitable candidate for the role. That's all that it says. It's not saying that you weren't suitable for it. It's just like there's someone else that was more suitable. But to have to go through every single person to give them feedback, that's impossible. Like there's no time to do that because I broke it down maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Hiring is very, very expensive. Super expensive. Like not and that's like outside of all the other costs that from the company, like whatever accounts I need to set up for the people. But imagine the time that people are spending to do the interviews, interviewing a bunch of people, and then if they get it wrong, and now you have to go back and provide feedback. See, when I've interviewed people, I provide like my thoughts on the person, but whether the recruiter shares it with the person or not, like I don't know and I don't care like that. I'm just like, because I have to get back to work. I can't think about every single person. Like sometimes I talk to like 10 people for one position. And if that's like, if I have to spend maybe 30 minutes reviewing their project and then another hour for each one of them, that's like 15 hours. That's taken away from like my actual day-to-day work. So, and now imagine if the recruiter is talking to like 3 times as many people that I have to, because not everybody's going to make it through. So that's the thing with that, you need, like, I agree, you should get feedback, but where you get your feedback from, that's where it makes a difference. So the company doesn't owe you the feedback, but if you can go and get feedback from like people who like, maybe you have somebody who works in that industry you can, hey, can you mock interview me? Or you find yourself a mentor. Like when I'm coaching people, when I'm mentoring, I'm like, you know what, you have a job interview coming up. Let's do a mock interview. And sometimes we do 2 or 3 of them just so, and I make it very tough just so they can get those nerves out. They can handle being inside of pressure situations and then go from there. But the actual company, they have one goal in mind, and that is to hire someone to do a particular job. That's it. It's not to say, okay, well, you did this wrong, that wrong. And then here's a key factor. Because someone commented this. They said, the reason that they wouldn't want to do this is because if you give the feedback, what happens now when that potential employee who got rejected comes back and says, oh, this is why you're wrong, or can I fix it, or something like that. So that is so there's so many different caveats, but of course, people are going to post those make you feel good victim Olympics posts. This is, oh yeah, we need feedback. First you were crying about getting ghosted. Second, you're crying. Now you're saying, oh, now not only do you, please don't ghost me, please give me feedback to tell me what I did wrong. And ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm just saying, that is my thoughts. That is my icebreaker for tonight. Let me know your thoughts. I see your cards already sharing some thoughts. Let's see what the sentiments are from the chat. So let's see what we got. And Ikar had said, it's not a company's job to do that. That's a fact. And Ikar says, you need to know your strengths and weaknesses. What are they talking about? Companies give feedback to make sure you're not disgruntled. It's not to help you. Gotta learn the psyche of a person. And lastly, that's why you are supposed to record your interviews with your phone. Then you can play it back for people and they can help. Yep, you can do that too. Yep, that's another great idea. Record it, or like, if you're on the phone, then yeah. But if let's say you're doing it like on a Zoom call or something, just do a screen record. Set up OBS or something and record yourself during the interview so that you can watch it back, get some feedback or whatever. Although that might be illegal, so maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you need to make sure that you're in a state that's actually legal to do. But yeah. Anyways, whatever. Just scratch that. Scratch everything that I just said about that. Like let's do a little Men in Black thing. Let's just do a little pen thing. And yeah, I didn't say to record it. Don't record it unless you have consent. All right. Anyways, let's move on with our life. All right, cool. So let's see where we're at. Now let's jump into our let's jump into work, right? Let's get to work. So, like I said, we're going to be focusing on karate tonight to continue building out our API test using our Gherkin's language. So, what we're going to do, we're going to do a quick look at the we're going to be starting up our JSON server like we've always done, and we're going to work on adding some more tests to this. I think what we did last time, we only did the post, right? We only did the post. So we're gonna do. We have a little bit of time tonight, so we'll do the post. We'll do the get. We'll do the put and the patch, and then we'll go over to our HTTP bin and do some more of these other ones. You know, probably testing out the auth, trying out the error messages. Where are they? Where are the error messages? Status codes. Cool. So, pretty much what we've done for the other languages or for the other frameworks and go from there, right? So let's go there. We're going to start out our JSON server. Let me clear that out. And we're going to go to cd ... web store projects, JSON server, and then we're gonna do, let me go over here, and we're gonna do npx JSON server db.json, and we are up and running, right? So we'll have our endpoints, posts, comments, and profile, and we can get to work. So now let's so now that we have that started, let's zoom over to the other screen. And we have our, let me get my mouse. All right, so we have so last time we did given a path post and request blog post when method post status is 201, print is response is, and then we print the response, and then we did a scenario get all posts in the blog given the path is post. When method is get, then status is 200, and then we're printing the response. So, okay. So now I guess we can take a look at the documentation again, because what we want to do is we want to get this ID, and this was all right. So we want to get the ID, and then we want to verify that what we added matches. So, all we're gonna have to do is let's do this match response equals ID is not null, and name we'll do the author name, and then we'll do given a path for the get is 200, and then we can print the response, and we would be able to we'll go from there, right? We'll go from there. So let's go over back to here. And let's do a match on this one. And we shall say, so, and match response equals, and so we're opening up the brackets for the response. ID is, let's do single quotes, not null. So what this is saying is that we're going to get a JSON response, a dictionary that's going to include, and for R is going to be author, and that's going to be tech coach Ralph, and we could also do title, and would say why can't Mitch leave would be the response. And then we'll do a post So what we're doing here, we're just making sure what we send is what we're getting back. All right, and then we're going to print the response. And then here, if we say that, let's say we do, I wonder if I could set a variable in this. Let's see. Because I would want to say, all right, there we go. Let's see. Convert a JSON or any other data into a string. How would you apply this? Okay, so let's try this. Actually, let's just run this and then we'll make modifications to it. All right, let's do that. So let's say we do blog post runner. So now I should run this whole scenario. So this one failed because, let's see, it's very wordy. Let's see. So it failed because unexpected token at line 67. I think it's because of the okay, it's because of the quotes. All right, so let me do this. Let me change this to that. And change this to that. Oops. That one too. Yep. And that is could also escape it, I guess. But let's go with that. All right, let me run it again. I didn't even start my timer. Let's put a timer up.
It's time to do.
All right. So okay, it worked this time because of it fell because of the single quotes, right? But now that we have that working, let's go over to here. And what I want to do is how would I do that? Let's see. I want to be able to use. So what I'm looking at right here is the variables, right? And all right, big new number. Okay, so they're using it in here. Okay, so this is how I'd use a variable. So I would say, all right, the hashtag and then in parentheses what that variable is. So what I want to do then,
Appreciate you.
wrong button. All right, cool. What I want to do is I want to say define, or I guess it'd be asterisk for it, define and say define and say string and post ID equals response dot ID. All right. And now I want to say scenario get a single post by in the blog by its ID. All right. Say given the path of post slash, and then here we would go like that, I believe, and say that's going to be post ID. And then when I say when method get, then status is 200 match response equals, and then this is going to be an ID colon, and then here we're going to say keep going, post ID, and we're going to say everything else is going to follow suit, just like that. So this is what we should get when we run this particular test right here. All right. So let's find out. Let's find out. Let's go ahead and let's run it again and see what happens. All right. All right. So we broke something, but let's see what happens. I don't like all this debugging log. I wonder if I can lessen the logging level. Let's see what we have. Let's see. Let me do a quick search real quick to see if I can reduce the logging level. Correct. Log the same logger. Let me see. Because it's like very noisy, and I don't like noisy logs when they're not needed. I guess I'd have to add a log back to. So this has a bunch of debugging in there. And I think the only one I would, let me see. Let's see. So the only one I would want is to get stuff from here. Just looking for a on the class path. Let me see. Where would I drop this one in? Let me just drop it in here. I can always move it over. So I'm gonna drop it in here for now. File, and that's called log back dot XML or log back test. And cool. We run it again now, see if it makes any difference. Okay. Still messy. I'm putting it on the wrong spot. Let me see if I was to just move it in here for now. I don't know if it should, if it's allowed to go in there, but I don't know. I'm like messy. Like it's just so messy. Look, I see more stuff now. Anyways, whatever. Let's keep going. So we got this. So on add a new entry failed. Why did it fail? See how messy these logs are. We got this. And all right, so no step definition method found matching def string post ID equals response ID. All right, so let's go back over here because this is a pretty important part, and like that's why like with see already I'm already disliking the karate framework because number one you need to pay extra for the use of their plugin for IntelliJ, but then number two I don't know. I just like writing code. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just like writing code, and I see it a lot easier to just write the code instead of like having to figure out how to do this through some text editor thing. But you know, let's see. Given def. Oh, right. Give it a given. But assigning a. I guess I can throw in a given on it. I don't know. Or assigning a number. You can use asterisk instead of a given. Is that only for okay, so hmm. So it says you can do it with a given and a then to use it, or you can do an asterisk, which I did, right? Didn't I do that? Let's see. Didn't I? I thought I did that. I did do that. Oh, but I put a string in there. So if we go back over here, I did put a string in there. So maybe string shouldn't be there, I guess. I don't know. Let's run it again. Like I like gherkins, I like BDD, but doing API tests like this seems a little bit of overkill, but this one worked. So that's good. So now let's keep going. So let's see, it failed on the third test when we're trying to use our variable. Let's find out why. Let's find out why. I do think doing API tests in I do think doing API test in Python or not API, but just automated tests in Python is a lot less barrier to entry than doing it in Java. Let's see, because Java is like so powerful, you know. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, what is this time leaf crap? Gotta be kidding me here. Okay, okay. Let's see. Where are we here? Something wasn't found. All right. So what's not? So it didn't find the. Oh, so it didn't like the way that I put the post ID. Okay. Um, let's see. How can we figure that out? So let's look through our documentation to see how we can figure out using the using this variable. My JSON print device. So we're not trying to print. We're just trying to. I don't think it'll be a comma. Let's see. Let's go to set a named variable. All right. So let me go back to the top. Or let me search for variable. Zoom in on this a little bit. All right. So set a variable. I don't like that one. All right. So define first equals cat 0. Match cat 1 for Bob. But I want to use cat. I want to use post ID. Where can I use the post ID? So note that def will overwrite any variables I was using the name earlier. Keep in mind Okay, we got that. All right, my definition or like number. Let me see something real quick. Let's. All right, so let's see. I just want to use the variable. I know it's like so much. Let me go to like the top where they have like the somewhat table of content. You can change to level info to reduce the amount of login. When the level is debugged, the entire request and response payload, if you use the above config, the logs will be captured, targeted karate logs. If you want to keep debug for HTML report, another. All right. Let's see. Let's go up to the top. So variables. How do I put the variable inside of? How do I put the variable inside of the? Let me see. I would think it would be here, but it doesn't exactly tell you how to use that. So define foo, string JSON, match JSON. See, that's not it. So then here define foo. Okay, so here they're using foo, but they're using it in. I need to use it in the step definition though, and I thought I would be able to. Let's see. You know what? I think I might know what it is. Right? So if we go here, if I take this outside of that and I put this here, now it shouldn't look at it as this part of the string, but it should be this string plus this is what I suppose. Let's run it and find out. That's what I mean by these little quick, easy wins, because we'll see it pass. All right, cool. Now we know what the problem was. We can move on to the next step. So it still failed. Let's see why. It says failed. Post ID. Found the error. We have defined post ID here. All right, let's keep looking, because this is a very, very important step, because if you can't get the ID, then your tests aren't going to be able to do anything for you. URL, all right, doc. Already has built-in HTML templating engine that can be used to insert additional custom HTML into the test report. The karate variable will be available to the template. I just want to see how I can use it within the thing. All right, so core keywords given given URL. Maybe we could just do that. Because apparently you're getting this name from somewhere. Or we can do that. Let's try that. Let's try that one, right? Because that's how that works in JavaScript. So let's take this. Let's go like that. Oops. What the heck happened there? And we'll go with post ID in here. Which when I found out that you could do that with JavaScript, I was ecstatic. I'm like, oh wow, you could really do that. with JavaScript because you can do that in Python, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I can do this with JavaScript, so it saved me a lot of code writing. Let's go. Let's run it again. We'll run it back. So that one is hating on us. All right, I got you, hater. Let's see. Post ID. Oh, post. So it did find the post ID. Is not defined. I thought I had it defined up here. Let's see. Let's see another print. No, it should be a little different. I think this one would be. I think this one would be written this way. Let's see. Let's explore what we get. Let's see if that one fails. That one still passes. Let's take a look at that, wherever it might be. Oh my God, that's so annoying. I gotta find a way to get rid of that. But here, print the responses, and then it didn't print the post ID. It should have printed the post ID right here. That is strange. Maybe it's not defining the post ID. Let's keep looking. So here it's not working then. And we're not getting an error because of match response .id. Do that. Let's see.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
Let's see. Because we need to get the ID in order to be able to do the updates. But we'll look at it when we come back from break. All right, so that was our first part. Going well so far. We just need to find a way to capture that ID. We will, and then we'll go from there. Because after we get that ID, then we'll be able to get that particular ID. Then we'll be able to to put, patch, delete, and go from there. All right. So let's check the chat really quick. So I'll put a 5-minute timer up, and we have in the building Mr. Numbers himself. We got Mitch in the building. Hey. Let's take off the blazer, loosen up the tie. Superman is alive.
Oh, yeah.
I got you on that one, huh, Mitch? I got you on that one. All right. What else we got? It says warn or error. I think your car is help. Oh, warn or error for. Yeah. Yep. I need to make sure I'm in the right spot. So it says you should be able to add level and choose warn or error. Yep. I'm gonna look into that because it's annoying seeing all of those messages. And we got Ferris in the building. What's going on, Ferris? What's going on? Hope you are having a good afternoon, evening, night, whichever it is in your time zone. Hikari says, yo, brother from another mother. And Ferris says, I'm good. Just finishing helping someone out. Now trying to connect the dots with this API automation. Nice. Well, we're trying to connect the dots too. Honestly, I think that there are much better tools for API automation than Karate. But I think it might work if you are building your application in Java and you just want to keep it within the same framework and package. But I'll tell you this though, at my job, our production code is written in C sharp and our automation tests are written in Python. So there's no law that says that they both have to go together. You know what I mean? But yeah, like just trying to figure it out. Just trying to figure it out. So, yeah. So what's going on tonight? Crazy turn of events today, huh? Crazy turn of events. But it is what it is. We're gonna keep pushing through. We're gonna win in the end. We are gonna win. So let's go. I don't know. I didn't really get any break topics today because it's been crazy. Today was a scrum day, busy day, and it's interesting that how would I put this? Like the way that we work, so all right, I put it like this, right? The way that we work, when we get set like these challenges, we always want to win those challenges, but then it's like, all right, are we? And I brought up like, are we trying to play to the expectations of the numbers? Because like companies have metrics and stuff like that, or is it like people like Mitch, right? Always looking at the data. It's like, okay, well, we expect you to do this. Like, yeah, but we still got the overall goal accomplished. Yeah, but the data shows this, and they're like, yeah. So we're always trying to like you end up spending more time trying to make sure that exactly what the numbers that you want it to show versus like what, if we actually just get the work done, we would actually like be a lot further. But it's always a thin line because companies have metrics that they need to meet and stuff like that, and like data they need to show. But as we know, and because Mitch is here, we have to repeat it, right? We have to repeat it. As we know, men lie, women lie, but the numbers manipulate. Yes, they do. What is this soundbite?
It doesn't matter what you think.
Okay, that's what that one was. That's a good one. Like I'm agile. We're always practicing agile. So found something new and different. All right. And Ferris says, all I know is Postman since my company uses that. So Postman is a industry standard, but the thing with Postman is let me move this thing. This thing's bothering me. Sorry, I'm annoyed right for a second. Give me a second. I am going to take this thing and I am going to move it right there. Hold on, give me a second. You guys know how I get like annoyed with stuff. So let me just move that. And I'm going to take that and I'm just going to move that over here. And then I'm going to make it smaller.
Get a move on. Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on. Get a move on. Back to work.
We build a plane as we fly it. All right, there we go. Boom, right there. That's a good spot for it, right? That is a good spot for it. All right, anyways, so Ferris was saying before I was rudely interrupted by this little pop-up thing. It says, so all you know is Postman because it's what your company uses. Yeah, Postman is a industry standard. Some people use Postman to do automation and stuff like that of the APIs. I just I don't like Postman because it's a third-party tool, and those third-party tools, they can kind of control you. That's why I always like lean towards writing the automation tests in like Python and Java, and I can also integrate it and JavaScript, C Sharp, whatever those languages are. And then you can also integrate it with other things as well and create your own custom reports. To me, I think like some people they love Postman, but because they have that GUI, I just prefer writing API tests like through code, even if I'm using like a framework like Behave. Even if I was to use Karate, I would rather use Karate to do my automation test than to use Postman. So totally, but yeah, it's like I first learned how to do API testing through Postman. So and there's like tons of tools. There's Insomnia. There's like Talon one. I wouldn't recommend the Talon for serious automation testing or API testing, but that is or to use APIs, but that is an option. And says, well, I say no. But I mean, just see the such security alerts and slap that. All right, and Insomnia is pretty much the same as Postman at this point. Um, I used to use it more because it was lighter than Postman, but now it seems like they're making it the same, like with the whole login thing and sharing, like storing your what do I call it, like your information and sessions of like the different API calls. So I liked it before because it was like so lightweight, but now it's getting heavy too. So I'm like, whatever. I'll just stick to Postman. I use Talent primarily. It's a plugin for Chrome just to like do a quick thing. But if I'm doing any like serious API calls, then I'll use Postman. But yeah, so that is what it is. Let Mitch, did you see the thumbnail for our Saturday show? See that thumbnail? Did you see the car on that thumbnail? I think I figured out your car and because I searched for a car in New Jersey, and that's the car it gave me, and I was like, that's Mitch's car. I know it. So check it out. Let me know if I'm off. Let me know if I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Don't even let me know if I'm off because I know I'm right. All right. But I found your car, Mitch. I found your car. All right. Anyways, let's get back to work. Let's put up another 20-minute timer.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right. So we are trying to figure out this annoying. Well, there's a few things we're trying to figure out. We're trying to make sure that let me do a quick search, right? So let's go. I need to make sure I have the right path for the logback file. Let me move this over a bit so you guys can see it better. I need to make sure I got the right logback file location. Okay, so it should be inside of the test Java. All right, so let me move this out a little bit. It should be in the test Java folder. All right, I moved it there. And it says, all right, so we got that. Now, let's figure out this variable stuff. See if I do a search for the word print, then print var assigning. So print would always have, no, print is there too. So let's do a little test, right? Let's do a little test. So if we're to do print response .id, and your car had mentioned as well, we could do a logging level of fail, or just info maybe. Let's try it fail, see what happens. Because the SDT out. Let's see what happens. Might give us nothing. All right. So, okay, this is a lot better. See, look at that. Your car for the win again.
We the best.
All right. So we have that print. Okay, so the print, you see this right here, the print of the response ID worked, right? But now assigning this to it is where we're getting caught up on. So all right, so we know that the response.id is going to work. Now we just need to make sure that we are properly assigning it, which let me see if we do response dot. So okay, so define auth token equals response dot token. So that's exactly right. All right. So this is saying given a path for login and the form field username is John and the password is secret, When post, status should be 200, and then you're going to save auth token as response.token. Makes sense. Then you should be able to reuse response.token elsewhere. Let's see what else they have under response dot. Expected response. All right, so response.id, response status, and response ID is greater than 3. All right, let's see what they have in here. So match response. Okay. Response.bar. All right, so define upload status code as response status. Let's see. Karate map. Ah, there we go. Oops. All right. Let me close that a bit. Cool. All right. Let's see here. Cool. Perfect. Okay. So, this only part that is very strange to me that let's go to the first one. It looks like that should just be it. Like define post ID equals response dot token. And then when I print the post ID, let me try that again. So if I do also print post ID variable, and we say comma post ID, we should be able to get it. Okay, yeah, so we did get it. All right. So now we should be able to transfer this one down over here though. But last time, all right, so here we still have it says post ID is not defined. Why not? Post ID is not defined. All right, so say we search in the documentation. So if I search for not defined, it says some values need callable features that are reusable even when variables have not been defined by calling the feature. Normally, an undefined variable is a nasty JavaScript error, but there's an elegant way you can specify the default value using karate.get. Let's see. Copy for a call once payload. But over here, let's see. For a call once payload, variables are passed by reference, which means their call feature of a mutable. Using the set keyword, this actually intents. Let me see. I think results call. No, that's not the one that we want. So given URL base, given path, we need to define that keyword so that it can go across the okay. So where is our sample one? Go back up here. And if we look at get started maybe. Get started. That's not where I want it to go. All right. Let's see. Got all this. Oh my god, this documentation. All right, cool. So given this, then print that. So still not there. Yeah. So we got that part. Got that part. The config, the logging, the options, report. All right, gotcha. All right, so here we are. All right, so now let's start going down. Okay, keep looking. Keep looking. Let's see here. All right. All right, so reporting. We don't need the reports yet. Environments. All right, setting up and using variables. All right, we look at that. Okay, we look at that. Let's see. It should set it from outside so that you can use them. Let's see. Because it's probably setting it within the method or within the test. But we want to take it from outside of the test. So let's say we say set. What does a set do? Game, set, and match. Before you consider the set keyword, note that the simple JSON operations let's do a search real quick. API karate. And we're going to look for we're looking for use variable across scenario. Accessing a variable by across scenarios in the feature file. All right. So okay, let's see. So I think you are missing the call once keyword. Understand it and look at the demos for call once.feature. You'll need to move the common code into a separate feature, but that's the right thing to do because I don't think this is really what I want. Use call once in a background section. Kindly. Let's see. You're missing the call once feature. So let's see what the call once is about. Cucumber has a limitation where background steps are rerun for every scenario, and if you have a scenario outline, Party's call once behaves exactly like a call, but it guarantees it to execute only once. The results of the first call are cached, and any future call will simply return the cached results instead of. Hmm? I don't know about that. Calling. Oh my God. All right. Call. It's not it either. I need to use. I need to set a variable. I need it across. Pass a variable to another API scenario feature. All right. Let's see. Define. Oh, maybe I can do this. Not really. I need to update that. So what I need to do is update that. Let's. If I do background, it's gonna do it for every. I don't know. I don't like it. Something's not right. And this is why I like to write my own code. I don't want to do the before all, or I don't want to do a background. I just need to say if I set this in one scenario, I want to pass it to another scenario. Simple as that. Let's go back. So passing defined variables through different scenarios is not working. So background, you're out. Okay. So here, response size is this. And define new product equals response. Okay. So now you're using new product. So this is exactly what we're doing here, right? So this is what we're doing here. We're trying to use new product that's defined here and put it here. This is by design. You need variables to be in scope for all scenarios within a feature. Move it to background, and if you want this variable to be initialized only once, look at the call. Okay, so that's what that means, all right? So we need to initialize the variable. So we'd say call once equals open quote. All right, so I think I got it. Let's find out. Let's find out. So if we go up here and we say background and we say what's the code for it? It's amazing. I see a bunch of like places to use it, but not. So let's say call once, and we call that post ID equals here. So if we run it again, let's see what we get. Now it filled all over the place. All right. Post ID is not defined. Okay. Define post ID. Yes, I don't know. How the heck does this call once thing work? Let me see. Variables. All right. So variables set using def and background will be reset before every scenario. If you're looking to a way to do something once per feature, take a look at call once. On the other hand, if you are expecting the variable in the background to be modified by one scenario so that later one can be updated, that is not how you should think of them. You should combine your flow into one scenario. Oh, that's disgusting. Keep in mind, you should. That's crazy. Keep in mind, you should be able to comment out a scenario or skips via some tags without impacting others. Note that the parallel runner will. This is a terrible. Oh, disgusting. Which means they can run in any order. If you're looking for ways to do something once per feature, see hooks. I don't know. Like if I was doing API tests, or I mean, if I was doing unit tests, then I could see the reason behind that. But writing this feature, I'd want to go like one
Lunch break.
test to the
Lunch
other.
break.
But having it all in one, like that's like one. So unless you, but then if you do the post, and every time you do a post, it's going to create a new post every single time. Nah, I don't like it. And they don't even say how to do that call once thing. Let me see. Let's see. Uh, hmm, I don't know. This is weird. That's why I like writing my own code. Let's see if there's an example of them using it. Of course not. See how they apply it. This is dumb. Like in Java, I can just say, all right, update this variable to this value, and then I can use it across different places. But I don't know. Anyways, whatever. I'm gonna go to break. I'll find a different way to do it. Anyways, what's going on? What's going on? What's happening? So yeah, you see my annoyance and my frustration using other people, using like these things that are supposed to make it easier, but then I can't do what I want. And now I have to like be bent to their will instead of the way that I'm accustomed to it. Like, oh well, you shouldn't do it like this because we don't recommend it. Well, I don't really care what you recommend. I care about writing it the way that I want it to work. Anyhow, whatever. And your car is laughing at. I think it's laughing about when I'm like, ew, why would I do it that way? And we got me, Mysify in the building. What's going on? Just got home walking these 15 miles. Yup. Putting in that work. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you. And hope you're having a phenomenal evening and week and all that. We're almost at the end of the week. It was a shortened week. We did have Memorial Day on Monday, but it's a shortened week. So tomorrow is Friday. Your car. What day is tomorrow? What type of Friday is it? What type of Friday is it tomorrow? You know how we do. You know what in the world? There we go. You know how we do. What Friday is it tomorrow? As always. But yeah, that's the thing with me. I really like to like I'll use other packages and frameworks and stuff like that, but I need to have a level of customization where I can do whatever I want because you see where my mind is going. Like, okay, I want to do it like this, and they're like, well, there's not a clean way to do it. I'm like, why isn't there a clean way to do it? Because I should just be able to pass these variables along to another test, you know. But I do understand why though, because like let's say you're running it in parallel and the second scenario runs before the first, but I'd rather run the features in I don't know. There's so many different ways to do it. I understand why they are hesitant to let you do that, but I don't know. Reading the documentation, I thought I'd be able to pass it over like that, but I don't know. We'll find out. We shall find out, right? And Ferris says, gotta always do it from yourself from scratch. Well, not always, because I mean, there's nothing ever really from scratch. There's nothing ever really from scratch, right? Because you're gonna get different packages and frameworks from here and from there. So, like for instance, if I'm using Python, right, I'm gonna be using the request library. I might be using PyTest, or I might be using whatever regular unit test that they have in there. I might be using Selenium if I'm doing like automation tests or like UI tests. I might be plugging in some report thing. So it's never really like from scratch, but I'd rather have like the code where I can write my own loops. I can write my own, I can do my own crazy stuff and I can figure it out myself. So that's the part where I like it better because like now I feel like I'm handcuffed into doing it their way. Because if I'm writing unit tests, then I understand about this whole you know putting it together. But if I'm doing like if I'm doing a test where it's layered, then I don't know. I don't like to have like really really big tests. So I understand what they're saying. I'm not a fan of it, particularly because even though it's not the best practice, I want the option. Don't tell me what to do. All right. Don't like I just don't want them to tell me what to do. You know? That's how I see it. That's how I see it. So
Oh, wow, Mr. Sarcasm, yeah. I don't care.
that one was reserved for Mitch, but he hasn't said much. So there he goes. Mitch is here. Mitch is here. I just wanted to. Mitch, when I saw this one, I just wanted to play it for you. All right. I wanted to play it for you.
Oh, wow, Mr. Sarcasm, yeah. I don't care.
And let's see. It says your car said that's exactly why I was laughing. Yeah. I was like, ew, don't tell me what to do. And Mitch is here. Shout out to Mitch. Shout out to Mitch. And tomorrow, if you're not aware, tomorrow is No Fumble Fridays. You know, paydays tomorrow. We don't fumble, we don't miss. All right. So let's continue to get after it. Emmy says, give me the
Get a move on.
spotlight.
Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
Mitch, I like how you use the little sprinkles in your spotlight. That was cool. I like the little sprinkles. I like the little sprinkles. All right, let's continue. I'll probably go for maybe one or two more. I'm very annoyed by this though. I'm gonna put another 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
I'm annoyed by this. I don't want to. Well, if I do a call once, see, but then that defeats the purpose of it being a test, though. I don't like it because if I take this and I move it, so let's do it for the sake of it, right? So let's take this just to make this to move this along, right? If I take this and I move it into here, the URL is able to move around. Actually, before we do that, I'm gonna try one more thing. I'm gonna try to hack something, right? So def post ID equals call once. Okay, let's see. See if I can hack the system, right? And now if I run that, see what I get. Oh, I'm not even sure. This is what I did. I'll show you after it passes or fails. Oh, still failed. So here, not callable feature or so let's put this as test. But what I did was, let me see if I can like define the post ID and then set it in this next one. It's not gonna work. So that's trash. That is trash. So type string value test. And then I wanted to override it, which it said it should override it. So if I say post ID equals response ID, but assertion failed, not a callable feature or JavaScript function. Function type string value. All right, because I don't really care about karate that much, and I'll probably never really use it again in my life especially after this, right? But we're gonna go here and we're gonna go here. We're gonna say here, and we could. I don't like that either. I don't like it, but I don't like it. Whatever. So I'm gonna do it their stupid suggested way, just so we can move on with our lives, right? I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go here and paste this in here. Not happy about it, but I'm not gonna waste my time with tools that I don't like. And if the people from karate feel some type of way about it, then come see me out. Then cash me outside. But I'm just gonna do it this way. See, I don't even need to do this anymore because I can just put response ID. I don't even need to set a stupid variable for the post ID. Whatever. All right. So now let's go ahead and run it. At least we'll be able to see the variable working. And I'm still breaking something. What am I breaking? So let me take this out up here. Get that out. All right. So that should work. All right. Let's see what failed over here. Let me see. Not found. What's not found? So it tried it, but it couldn't. All right, so let's take a look at the documentation for here, and it should find it by the ID. Get a REST API. Hey, they're using your sparkles, Mitch. Look at that. See, they have your little sparkles. Let's see. Localhost 3000, localhost 3000. Ah, okay. Wait, no, yeah. Oh, because I have all right. So the reason it is because I have it as post instead of posts. Boom. That should pass it. That should pass it. What? All right. What now? What now? What now? All right. Let's see here. That's good. Still not found? Are you serious? Hmm. See, 809. 80. All right. So what we're gonna do, we're going to pull this up in Talon to see what the heck is going on here. So uh, C89. So if we take this one and we paste it in here, there it is. So what's the difference between this one and this one? And it had to run it first. Let me see. Okay. So C89 got that returned. And now if we go to, what was it again? Yeah, path, posts, 3000 slash, not found. Method get, status, 200. That doesn't make any sense. Why would it be a 404? Let me copy this. I'm gonna paste it in the browser just to make sure I'm not the correct. No, it's right there. Like, not found. That is big. Let me see. I would say. That's so weird. Anyway, whatever. I'm gonna move on from this one because this is like getting on my last nerve at this point because we've done this very easily in Java, in JavaScript, and in Python. But this karate framework is so weird because this should work like very easily. Um, get HTTP localhost 3000 posts C89. When I go directly to this link, it's right there, right? So let's try one more thing, right? Because it might be a timing issue. So if I was to do here and I say C089 and let's say go here, we go here, and I comment this out. If we run that again, let's see if that passes. Not it doesn't even pass. But we know C89 exists. Let's see why. Post ID is not the. Where do I have post ID? Oh, so it actually did find it. There might be a timing thing. That's weird. That all right. That's maybe it's a timing thing. Maybe like by the time it adds it and it's trying to get to that next step, it doesn't find it. But I'm gonna move on with the Well, no, we can continue with the we'll just use this C89, all right? So let's do another scenario. That's I'm very, very annoyed by this. Let's go scenario. Update or put mm, put method to make changes. All right, and now we're gonna take this right here. And we'll say updated blog post. And we'll say because he's the best data analytics person in the world. Let's say because he's the best data analyst in the galaxy. Let's go with galaxy. All right. And if we say given path is post C089 tab here. Oh, why is these commented out? All right, and now we say not. Okay. Given when method put and we say the find request is updated blog post. Request is updated blog post. Isn't there? And request blog post, updated blog post. And then status 200. And we're going to take this, match the same thing, but and match response. And then we just have to change this post to here. See, this is why we can't even use the same one because of, and that's why I wanted to use the same one across because then I can run all these tests with one thing, but no, because karate, and this is why jiu-jitsu is better than karate. This is why jiu-jitsu is better than karate. I'm just gonna say it. All right, I'm just gonna say it because I don't have to worry about this stuff with it's more flexible. All right, so let me see if I go to change a different one, put that over here. I'll put that for this one. All right, now if we run it, boom, there we go. So we have that one working. And lastly, we'll just do a quick patch. Let's go to patch that one. And we will do scenario patch blog post, and given, let me copy this definition, and we're gonna say, so patch is more for fixes, and we'll say take these two out and say, I don't know if there's a bigger word for, let's say the bestest of the bestest. Go with bestest of the bestest. That's a word, right? So here we say, okay, given path is, let's copy this one, post slash here, and we're gonna say, and request fix blog post when method is patch, then status is 200. And now we still want to match the same exact thing, but we update this, we update that, and we want to make sure that this is over here. Now, let's see if that one works. Let's see if that one works out for us today. All right, cool. Let's run it. Let's run it up. Nice. So now if we look at our patch, we should still have this here, this here, and now we have the bestest of the bestest data analysts in the galaxy.
Oh, yeah!
I'm just saying. All right. And we probably showed this before, but let me show you one more time. What would happen if we were to try to do a put? We just copy this one. If we try to do a put, but we try to treat it like a patch, right? So we go here and we say put method make some changes with missing fields, right? So if I was to take go with this one, go with that one, and I want that. But let's say I just put this, right? And I want to verify all of this stuff. Oh, let me see. Wait, yet. Right? So if I try to treat a put like a patch, and I still want to verify the author, the ID,
Lunch break,
the post, right? Let's see what happens before we wrap it up for tonight. All right, so it failed. So why did it fail? So the patch is meant to like update one thing. The put is going to replace the entire dictionary. And that's why here you will see that it will have so that's what I'm sending, right? But let me see here. So now it updated to remove the author, it removed the post, and just has a title and the ID, while the patch would have put the whole thing in there, right? So that's basically it. We've already done the API testing for the HTTP bin, and let me go to full screen. We've already done the API testing for the HTTP bin on many different languages. I repeat, I am not a fan of the karate framework. I used it. I tried it out like maybe 7 years ago, and it is still undesirable, just like it was back then. So whatever. Anyhow, let me check out the chat, and then we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna get out early tonight, right? Because the past few Thursdays we have been going at it, getting these things done, but we're gonna wrap it up early. The API documentation actually came out phenomenal, I must say. Maybe I'll show it to you guys next week how the API documentation came out. But let's go through the chat, and then we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. So let's see. Mitch says that he thought that the David Goggins emoji was me. Mitch. Come on, son. Come on. All right. Let's see. Your car says, then you would be able to circumvent their plugin that they charge for. That is true. Okay, now I see the connection that you're making with the 15 miles and David Goggins. Sorry, that's hilarious. All right, but yeah, so exactly. And I don't like. There's some software that I'm willing to pay for, like the IntelliJ products. But then there's some stuff that I'm not a fan of. Like, I wouldn't pay for the karate plugin because I would advocate against using it if I was working at a company and someone brought it up. So like, oh, I've seen this karate. I'm like, nope, not happening. Not in favor of it. Especially like to get the licenses for everyone's computer to be able to run it on. It wouldn't be worth it for me. Me Mysify. I think I got it. Let me know if I got it right. Me Mysify. I think I got it. Just Googled him, and I'm just walking so far, not running. And Mitch says, I say too much. There's a problem. I don't say anything. There's a problem. Can't win.
Bruh.
You are a winner in all of our books, Mitch. You're definitely a winner. And did you see the car that I picked out for you? Did you see the car that I picked out for you? Which is everyone steals from me, even you. What? I gave you great credit for that quote the other day. All right, great credit. All right. Anyway, so what else we got? Let's see. Mitch says, just say it's your bedtime. What's up with all these emojis? He got the moon. And Ferris says, brain cells at the start of the stream were full. Brain cells at the end of the stream. You guys are making the best use of these emojis tonight. And your car. So Mitch says to your car, you hear about the outer TYZ layoffs. We were just talking about it the other day. Really? Wow. And I still have to look into it, but that's interesting. You have to go check out the thumbnail for Saturday morning's numbers show. All right. The Men Lie, Women Lie, Numbers Manipulate show, which is co-hosted from the chat by Yakar and Mitch. I got, you want to see it? All right, I'm going to show it to you. Right. Let me pull it up. Give me a second, Mitch. Just for you. I'm going to pull it up. Let's go to archive. And I didn't see these cars. And this is the car that I picked out for Mitch for Saturday's show, right? I got that one, Mitch. See, and there goes Mitch's front door right here. Right? There goes his front door. His car is parked cleanly outside. All right. Nice. See, and show you the car that I picked out for me and your car last week. All right. I think we got this one. See, me and your car, we're cruising through Miami in this car for our last numbers show last week. Bitch says, mine kind of look like that. See, I know. And it says, y'all Cali car. I don't know. This is a hybrid between Miami, Texas, Cali. You know how we do. You know how you. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here tonight. You guys are too much. So I had a decent time working on karate. Not my number one choice. I would probably go with Python or Java. Rest assured with Java. I would use the request library and then the framework either through PyTest or with what is that other one called? Behave, but karate, it works, but I don't know if you're into that type of thing, right? If you're into that type of thing, just throw some D's on it. Pause. All right. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up. You guys are too much, right? So, you know what time it is. The question of the night that I have for you.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Oh, yeah!
I am very much entertained. I had a good time hanging out with my people, with my fellow tech people, my tech nerds. You know how we do. You know how we get down. We will be back at it again Saturday morning, where we're going to get into our numbers show. The men lie, the women lie, the numbers manipulate show. So come check us out. Come hang out with me, Mitch, your car, and the whole entire crew as we get our economic data on. All right. Yes, tonight went fast, but you were also late, Mitch. You were also late. To be fair, you were also late. So it is what it is, right? But I would have liked to do a little bit more with it, but I got so annoyed with the way that they work, and they wouldn't let me pass my post IDs from method to method. So it is what it is. From scenario to scenario. So it is what it is, right? So you guys have a good night. Good night, Ferris. And yesterday's price is not today's price. Today's price is not tomorrow's price.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
And Dell0015 said, all right, missed it. All right, so he said, Karate Combat is on live on YouTube. Have you ever watched it? No, not karate, because I don't really care that much for karate. I am more of a Brazilian jiu-jitsu person, so I'll watch some Brazilian jiu-jitsu fights. But, at the same time, if it's like one of my people that I train with that are fighting, I'll probably tune in. But, I don't really have time to be chasing those things. Anyways, whatever. But yeah, I'm not crazy about karate. I am more a Brazilian jiu-jitsu because that right there is a very fun art form of choking and breaking limbs and stuff like that, and not really any striking. So, that's just me. That's just me. And Mitch said he just said something later. But Mitch, the show doesn't get started until you get here, until you say something. And then because if we don't get the then the show hasn't started yet, So I'm just saying, right? So just let us know. Caught you off guard. From now on, call me Daniel Mitch Superman. Daniel Mitch Superman. All right, anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. You guys are too much. You guys have a wonderful night. See you guys Saturday morning. Don't forget, we have an episode of The Bug Bite coming out tomorrow, talking about Roku, how they are forcing people to enable two-factor authentication. You are very, very welcome, Dell. Thank you so much for tuning in. And before we go,
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you all right? And on that note, I'm out of here. Have a great night.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Spartans! What is your profession?
You should know your role and shut your mouth!